Hi kids, it's Wednesday and that means it's time for Awanas. Oh, Cubby, what is this in your mouth? What is it?
I think you take the blue thing and you write something.
Oh, or you can draw a picture. Look at, what did I draw a picture of?
Ducky!
I drew a picture of a duck, and then you can just pull it up and erase it. And then you can draw a different eye. What did I add to that duck?
Eyelashes!
Eyelashes. Well, that was pretty fun. Thanks, Cubby. Well, shall we say our motto? It's time. Let's do it. So
Where's
we.
my other friends?
Oh, they'll come up later, maybe. Let's see. We'll see. Okay, so right over here, construction zone. Remember, Jesus is the solid rock. We build our life on Jesus.
The wise man built his house upon the rock.
That's right. That's being
the
wise.
Man built his house upon sand.
We don't want to be foolish, do we?
Well, and then
They came tumbling down on the sand. Came tumbling down. That's why building is so important. Caution, transformation in progress. We have to be patient with each other.
Oh boy!
And danger, don't stray from God's path.
We do though.
We do. And when we do, sins are forgiven through Christ. That's right. And notice, we need to build up one another in love.
Yay!
I want to build you up in love. I hope you want to build me up in love. I want to build Cubby up in love. How about me, Cubby?
I love you.
Okay. And stop. Give thanks for the cornerstone. And safety gear required.
Oh my God, which I have no clue what those are.
Well, I'm going to be teaching about that in a little bit.
Thank God.
And then watch for moving equipment because faith can move mountains. And so we've been talking about men of faith.
Daniel?
Well, yeah. And we talked, well, Daniel is sort of in the same time period as the men we've been learning about. Because last week, remember, we learned about Ezra. And Nehemiah is today. Because Ezra and Nehemiah sort of did the same thing.
Well, they both start with E.
No, they don't both start with E. Ezra starts with an E and Nehemiah starts with an N.
Oh.
Oh, well, Cubby. So I thought one of our friends were going to join us. Where are they? Oh, there they come. And who is that? That's Katie. How's Katie been?
I love you. You're supposed to say I love you too.
Did someone say Lovey?
Oh, there's Lovey. We have everybody today. Okay, Cubby, let's get to, and Lovey, you can hear the story today. And Katie can hear the story. So this is the story.
I'm so glad that these two are with me.
I know everybody, the gang's all here. So here is Ezra's partner, Nehemiah.
Are we gonna have to catch them up?
Well, Ezra he was in Babylon, and he saw that Jerusalem had been destroyed, and the temple that Solomon had built had been ruined. And so Ezra came back to Jerusalem. Well, Nehemiah heard the same thing. Somebody reported to him that the wall of Jerusalem is broken down, and its gates have been burned with fire. And when Nehemiah heard that, you know what Nehemiah did?
What?
He sat down and he wept. He mourned and he wept and he fasted and he prayed for many days. And he cried out to the Lord because that really bothered him, learning that Jerusalem had been destroyed. And so
your people.
Yes, and so then, you know what Nehemiah's job was?
What?
He was a cupbearer for King Artaxerxes.
I'm a bear?
Well, this is not a bear. He wasn't a cupbearer. He was a cupbearer. You know what that
I'm still
means?
hearing bear.
Well, it sort of had bear in it. But what he would do is when King Artaxerxes, before he drank anything,
He drank?
well, he drank juice or other stuff, you know.
What
And
kind of juice?
I don't know, whatever juice was popular in Babylon. But you know what Nehemiah's job was? He had to taste it before the king drank it.
Poison?
Well, that's why, so that if there's poison in it, guess who would die first?
That's unfortunate.
I know it, Nehemiah. Anyway, that didn't happen to Nehemiah. Well, one day Nehemiah came into King Artaxerxes and he said, the king asked Nehemiah, why does your face look so sad when you are not ill? This can be nothing but sadness of heart. The king recognized that Nehemiah's heart was sad. Does your heart ever get sad, Katie? Yeah. How about you, Lovey?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cubby? Yeah. All of our hearts get sad at a time. Well, Nehemiah was afraid.
Afraid of what?
Well, he was afraid to respond to the king. And so he said, may the king live forever. Why should...
Eventually the king's gonna die.
Well, he is, yes. And then he said, why should my face not look sad when the city where my ancestors are buried lies in ruins, and its gates have been destroyed by fire? And the king said to him, Nehemiah, what is it that you want? And Nehemiah said, if it pleases the king, and if your servant has found favor in his sight, let the king send me to the city in Judah where my ancestors are buried, so that I can rebuild it. That's a pretty bold question, isn't it? Yeah. Then the king, with the queen sitting right beside him, asked, how long will your journey take? And when will you get back? It pleased the king to send me, so I set a time. And so then the king sent Nehemiah off to help rebuild Jerusalem. And just like Ezra faced opposition, Nehemiah faced opposition. People complained and people got angry and people didn't want it to continue. But they both of these men continued to do the rebuilding.
Sounds like people today with masks and the COVID stuff.
Yeah, some people get angry about it. But you know what? We all need to help rebuild and rebuild people in love.
Like this. I love you.
Oops. Building up one another
Nice try, Cubby.
in love.
You're supposed to be
Okay,
nice.
because you know what?
Nice.
Remember, we all have that chance, that opportunity to help rebuild things, especially everything that we faced for a year. We got to rebuild a lot of stuff. And God will help us to do that. So we can learn.
What do we have to rebuild?
Well, you got to rebuild, you know, some people, you have to rebuild relationships, you know. Oh, come on up, Lovey. It's okay. There you go. You have to rebuild trust. You have to rebuild relationships with people. You know, schools are rebuilding, churches are rebuilding, businesses are rebuilding, and it's all of us working together and supporting one another in love. What's going on, Lovey?
Are you okay? I think she's sleepy.
Oh, she's sleepy. Well, shh. You know what yesterday was? Yesterday was National Nap Day. Doesn't that sound like a great day? National Nap Day. And guess what? I didn't even take a nap. Oh well, but Lovey's getting ready to take a nap. So let's say goodbye quietly. We'll see you next week.
Bye!
Cubby, quiet. Whisper, Cubby. Bye. See you next week.